go as they get set to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Oh, and how about this? An onside kick to start the game. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second and inches, Rodgers eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on third and inches. Rodgers now on first down. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. If you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and...
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of two. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line.
You ready?
Brees going to try and throw on third down. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
It is one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on fourth down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And down to the 27-yard line. 36 yards on the play. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Watch twins.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Hill now operating from the red zone. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready. Yellow lady.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Let's go. You tighten up.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Down. 18 Gator. Here we go. Double time. X3. 218. Snap.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Taysom Hill keeping it himself from a yard out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Gets this one to Hill. And that one goes virtually nowhere. Tried to fake extra point, but nothing comes of it. I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point, I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Now Breeze looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
They're going to try and run. And after all that, he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries at 2-point conversions, and both fail.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on. But the problem is you're chasing points at this stage. So now you got to dial up more 2-point conversions and hope you're successful from here on out.
Second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. On first down, Rodgers. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. On 2nd down. It's Williams, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Past the 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone. Keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you
don't want to.
No, but well, let me finish. Okay. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it, and he fires one that's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Ready?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. So after the INT, it's Breeze. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected, but a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the
touchdown, New Orleans. Jared Cook, 53 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special.
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an outside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? To throw is Rodgers. And he's got the connection to the tight end, Graham. Touchdown, Packers. Jimmy Graham, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Hey, Haywood!
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tried to roll out and make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend a play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Hey, exit. 42 the mic, 42. 42 the mic. Here we go, here we go. What? Check. Hey. Here we go, 21.
The final shot before half for Breeze. He'll let it fly in the direction again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
12. You got tight right there.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Here's Breeze to throw. Again has it complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession. Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. This time able to hold on to the football, but not much room to run.
Well, they had that one snipped out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
0-2. Max 42.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
You got nothing.
Breeze going to go on 4th down. He is going to find Hill here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
That one goes for 36 yards. He had one touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends.
So don't say nothing. Watch the safety creep. Hey. Chopper! Chance.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Tight dog, 6-6, pull it high.
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Hey, box truck. Turkey's the mic. I'm here all day. Stay with your man. Check. 80 weapon.
So here we go on 4th. Hill. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Check Mike 54. Mike, hey, Mike 7.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, only thing larger than his name is wingspan as he knocks that one away. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. This is caught by Williams. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. And Adams has it complete. And an alley to run. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A 3rd down gain of 19.
Hey, team 6.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Throwing is Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Rodgers on target here to Allison. Touchdown, Packers! Geronimo Allison, 40 yards. And the Packers get a score closer. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. They're going to run for it with Jones. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They run it again with Kamara. Room to run inside the 40. Oh, shifty.
Whoa.
A big play there out of Kamara. 41 yards on the ground. Big run here in the fourth as they continue to wear down this defense.
And that's when the offensive line coach clicks onto the headset and says, head coach, offense coordinator, let my guys fire out and hit people. We're wearing them down. Let's finish them off with the running game.
General West. Safety's creeping. Switch. Get.
And now he'll tuck it and run. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Just like that. Just like that.
Here's the fullback, Zach Line. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And when they called that play, I'm not sure they expected it to go all the way to the end zone. Nice little reward, though.
Without a doubt, and sometimes I think the offensive line gets a little bit more inspiration when they know that guy's going to get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often. They want to reward him for all that good blocking he does as well.
Oh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Well, they were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes you can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. He got 29 yards that time.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, 5. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire...
And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken very short. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Demario Davis getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Throwing on second and long. Rodgers.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Packers. Geronimo Allison, 87 yards. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Now a play fake here on first down. That'll be complete to Cook. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Brees going to throw here. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. An 8-yard gain, so that gets them halfway there. Now they're left with a 3rd and 8 more.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
You're good, you're good. High forward, ready.
Now this time, Brees will throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Za'Darius Smith, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
Hey, easy. Mike 42, Mike 42. You must be getting tired of seeing this.
Brees to throw forward on 4th. And this is going to be incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Packers' D comes up with a big stop. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, zoom.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Geronimo Allison finishing strong with 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Packers get a score closer.
Hey, 88.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. That's caught. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Brees now. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Thomas the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Breeze is looking to throw. Looking long for Thomas. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and it's third down. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Check, boy,
I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And never an easy thing to do, no matter how good Green Bay is, what the year is, to come into Lambeau and get the victory, but they did it.
You're not just battling the team that you're playing that day. You're not just battling the crowd that's in attendance in that game. You're battling the history of the franchise. You're battling the ghosts that swirl around that place that help spur them on to victory. It is an